nerds! Welcome back to SourceFedNERD's Anime Club, where we watch the first few episodes of a series and give you our first impressions and our initial thoughts on it. I'm Reina Scully.
And I'm William Haynes.
And this week we watched Hunter x Hunter. And I'm sorry I didn't clarify, we watched the 2011 version because that's the one that's available on Crunchyroll. For those of you who thought we were going to watch the 99 one, I don't know how you guys would have thought we would have gotten our hands on it, but that's okay.
I liked the show. I enjoyed the program. It was very good. The kid reminded me of Goku. He had the hair. It was good.
Yes, it does have a classical style to it, but that is mainly because it is a reboot from the 1999 version. The 99 one is a lot grittier, darker. It's grainier because,
You can tell, oh, it definitely is grainier, but you can tell that this is a reboot of an older series because, like, the main characters look like classic anime characters with the spiky hair and the trunks thing that goes like this, but the background characters look like normal, current anime people.
Your Goku references are perfect. It really does look like all the other action adventure, like shonen animes that are out there around that time.
A lot of shonen animes have like that same thing, like I was talking about before, like Naruto and Luffy and Gon. They're all for some reason extremely talented individuals, but are kind of dumb.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Like, they're naturally endowed with a certain power, and like, it's almost like an animalistic instinct, but they're so young that they don't know how to harness it. Like,
actually, yeah, right? I will not say that they are dumb because Gon is 10 years old?
He's 10. So, no, he's 12.
He's 12. And they're just being like, okay, you can go travel the world and kill people.
Yeah.
That's not very smart. Same thing with Naruto. He was 13. Luffy, I have no idea.
Luffy, no idea.
Goku, little boys. I mean, they're not dumb. They're just children.
That are endowed with enormous powers that they can't control yet, but they know that they're destined for something amazing. That's the main point of like an anime. The arc is generally something like that. I actually watched a YouTube video that compares the 1999 Hunter x Hunter with the 2011 Hunter x Hunter, like side by side, and they do not deviate at all. They look so similar. It's just that, the reboot is just cleaner. It's probably, and I'm kind of tentative about saying this, it's probably made specifically for a broader audience because not that they truly censored anything, but they definitely made things a little bit less gory. The blood coming out, it carries a different sensation in the 2011 one. The 1999 one, like, I would watch it and I'd be like a little bit bothered or a little bit freaked out, but in this one it's kind of like, well, you know, because it's an anime, this should happen.
Speaking of like gory, and not gory, but like adultish, in the episode, I caught some of the characters smoking hookah, which is something I'd never seen in an anime before.
They definitely pushed the envelope, but at the same time though, Japan definitely has different stigmas about drugs, so it's kind of hard to like comment on that, but it is really interesting. I mean, animes in Japan though, like they smoke cigarettes. Like for example, One Piece, when it came over to the US, like they took Sanji's cigarette and turned it into a toothpick or
what?
Was it a lollipop? I think it was a toothpick.
What?
Yeah, he's not smoking, so that's just bizarre in general, but that's what I mean by like Japan has like a different stigma about like drug usage.
I just got worried about Sanji. He smokes all the time. How is he gonna kick people if he's always smoking?
How can he swim? What I really liked about the 2011 one is that all the characters look very much the same. I hate to say this because I'm gonna get so much like smack for this, but in the older version, their faces were sharper, like there's something like darker and like angrier about them, but in this one, like they have the shine in their pupils, like in their big eyes and stuff, and Gon's eyes are like this big. He's young, he's full of hope. There's so much like gleam and shine in his eyes, you know, and
I'd adopt him.
Yeah, right, he's adorable, and he's so like formidable and useful, and he fights with well, he doesn't fight with a fishing rod. His weapon of choice is a fishing rod. That's cool. I like that.
I respect people like Gon. He's like, you know what? I'm not gonna think about things before I make these decisions. I'm gonna live like I'm dying right now. Yeah. There's a part where he jumped off the side of a boat to save somebody else. He could have been dead in a couple minutes, but some people saved him because fate.
Yeah, and he's a real hero.
You ever jumped off a boat, Reina, to save somebody?
Not to save somebody. I like did it for fun once,
but
and then
let's say I was falling off a boat. Like, let's say I fell off a boat and I was falling in water. You know I can't swim. Would you jump off to save me?
I would jump off to save you. No, you know what? Okay, I'm sorry. I lied. I'm not gonna jump off to save you. I'm really afraid of the ocean. I would throw those like lifesavers for you. I'd be like, oh, here, grab on real quick.
I'd already be dead by that time.
I think so too. My favorite character is Kurapika. Like, and it always has been, so I guess I do have a bias. But you did
it again.
I love him!
You did it again. He has
like
no
androgynous
No, you know what?
He has a huge personality.
He has more personality than the people in the past animes we watch where they don't say anything.
That's true.
And they're like, oh, he's so cool. He said a couple words. He said some deep stuff, actually, for a minute.
He's really deep, and his background is deep. You know, like his whole clan was
entire family and everyone he knows was
all their
murdered.
eyes were gouged out because their eyes are special. The Kurta clan, their eyes turn red, scarlet red, when they're enraged, and it's supposedly one of like the 7 wonders of the world, one of the most beautiful things to naturally occur.
Who would kill those people?
The people that want to sell those eyes because it's worth a lot. It's like
wait.
Diamonds.
Those people are dumb. Why would you kill all the people that make the cool eyes? Because then you run out your resources.
Good point. But yeah, Kurapika is the sole survivor of their clan, and so he wants to become a hunter to avenge his clan. But he gets enraged, and when he's scarlet-eyed and stuff, he just goes completely nuts and completely loses logic, which he's almost like a Vulcan, like he's driven by logic, and I love that about him.
How old is this kid?
Just a little bit older than Gon, I'd say.
So he might be 12, and he's already going through all these things.
Maybe like 15.
Kurapika, if you're a real person and you're out there, I want to say.
And I want to give you my number.
He's a little boy, all right?
We have
laws in this
country. I have a problem.
He is a little girl boy, all right?
I think that's what appeals to me most.
Little girl boys.
Little girl boy.
Hey, if that's what suits you, we won't judge you unless they're 12 years old.
Myself.
At tops.
Kurapika is definitely at least 16.
Mm-hmm.
I think he starts as
like
a 17-year-old.
That makes it okay.
I think he starts
like
as a 17-year-old.
Right.
And I like how you're slowly walking.
No, it's all good. I still like you.
Another character, obviously very pivotal, Kirua, the white-haired dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He seems cool.
He's super cool, and he's way more like evil-looking in the older one, but I love him in this, and I love that he's kind of dark. He has a history, obviously. He's an assassin. He's a part of like an assassin clan, and so he kind of has like a darkened heart almost.
He's pretty angsty. He rides a skateboard. When I was a kid, the kids that rode skateboards were always pretty angsty and like didn't listen to their parents. I bet he doesn't listen to his parents. I don't know if he has any. If it's an anime, he probably has no family at all whatsoever. They were probably all murdered brutally. Is that a spoiler you were saying? I don't know. It felt like it.
A little bit, sorry. The first couple episodes is about the exams and what they have to go through in order to weed out the other ones and become the top whatever percentile so that you can fight one another and then be a licensed hunter.
And it's so easy to get kicked out of the exam. They're like, if you stepped in with your left foot, you're out, so's buddy.
Yeah.
A hunter only steps in with his right foot.
Exactly.
Stuff like that. It sucks.
Yeah. The first phase is so simple and crazy. It's just follow me, and it's supposed to be a little bit of like a psychological test where it's like we're not supposed to know when like the destination is, so we have to continue running, and running is one thing, it's physical exertion, but then the psychology of not knowing when it's going to end is supposed to kind of traumatize them.
And they said that they ran like 90 kilometers. As an American, I have no idea how much that is.
120 kilometers is like 90 miles. Like that's almost
No, thank you. Couldn't run that far.
Well,
sorry.
Yeah. Well, you're not going to be a hunter then.
I'll never be a hunter. I stepped in with my left foot. I'll do it again.
The other exam phases are actually either like combat-based or logic-based, and I love that.
Correct answer is no answer.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I just like logic.
Life be like that. Life be like that. Sometimes you just gotta shut up.
Yeah. So that's all we have for you today on Hunter x Hunter. BT Dubs, I don't think you're supposed to pronounce the X in Hunter x Hunter. Not in Japanese anyway, but I don't know what it's like in English.
Whoops.
Right? It's okay. No, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. But anyway, next week we're gonna be watching Puella Magi Madoka Magica. Try it, you say it. Puella?
Cruella de Vil, Magic Town.
Yeah, no, it's okay. We're not gonna.
Cruella de Vil, Magic Town.
That's actually pretty good.
It's all about confidence.
Yeah.
Cruella de Vil, Magic Town. That's what you said. Crunchyroll, SourceFedNERD.
Exactly. To get your free premium membership trial so you could watch it with us.
Turn up.
Film yourself telling us what you thought of it, your own review. Upload it onto YouTube with the hashtag SFNPuella, and then you can come back next week and join us like these awesome people.
I'm really glad that we picked it because it actually really surprised me. The plot is super cute. The characters are really cute. I'm loving some of the other characters that you get to meet. I like one of the villains that you meet. I'm pretty sure he's a villain. He's primed and ready to be a villain. Hisoka, I think is his name. His weapons are playing cards, and for some reason that just makes me happy because I love card games, and the idea of killing someone with a deck of playing cards just makes my day.
The characters themselves seem to have very two-dimensional facets about them, but I've only watched the first 5 episodes, so there may be a lot more character development along the way, as this is over 110 episodes and it is currently ongoing. I do like that each character has their own special abilities, even when they pass their trials and there's a lot of other candidates. The other candidates themselves also have their own special talents. The animation itself with the combat is really good in this, and the actions are really detailed. I also even get the Naruto feel of it when they're wandering around in the fog and then there's various monsters that pop up, whether it's a strawberry covered turtle, which actually sounds like a pretty good dessert.
New version is a little bit closer to the manga, and it condenses the story a whole lot more. In the old version, it's taken about 17 or 20 episodes, what in the new version takes about 10. An aspect of that newer style that I kind of don't like is it's sort of spoilery. A lot of times they will show, these are all of your allies, and these are going to be the important enemies and the important, figures and whatever else. And here is the sort of snippet of an important confrontation that's going to happen later.
I like the way that they've structured this sort of build-up of the world, particularly with the testing system. So it's got one test to test your endurance and your resolve, one test to test your mental agility and your ability to deal with complicated and scary situations. And then so far we've got to the test, which is if you want to be a hunter, you have to have the need and the want to explore new options and the ability to overcome your fear to explore new things. So I really like that progression. Each kind of episode has its own little moral for young children to sort of develop their personalities in a positive way. I'm slightly disappointed by the fact that there's been, I think, 2 female characters in the whole series so far, and both of them have been minor 1-episode characters. So I maybe would like to see more female characters if they appear, but they're definitely not part of the main group, and that's kind of slightly distancing for me.
Reina, I think I'm gonna become a hunter.
A hunter?
You know why? 'Cause I gotta murder.
You gotta murder?
I gotta murder somebody. Just watching anime doesn't
So you need a hunter license so you can legally murder people. So you're a blacklist hunter.
It says about that time. Any blacklisted people around here? Murder time.
Good luck.